What's up, guys? I hope you're doing well today. I hope today is going to be an awesome day for you. Sorry about the shades here. There's a lot of sun out right now. I love the sunshine, but when it's glaring in my eyes, it's difficult. So I want to make eye contact, but I'll be squinting my eyes the whole time. So I want to share something with you today that I feel is extremely important in all of our lives. It's something that I had to use going forward in order to create my life when life wasn't so great for me. And that is that we cannot live our lives from our feelings, but we have to live our lives from our habits. And that's extremely powerful in anybody's life. And it doesn't matter who you are. If you live life by your feelings, you're not always going to take the right actions. If you live life by your feelings, sometimes you'll make a lot of mistakes. It just depends. Life is we're meant to experience good feelings, and that's great. But oftentimes people get trapped in a negative cycle where they feel bad about themselves. They don't feel good. They'll wake up in the morning and they think to themselves, I don't feel like going to the gym today. How many of us have been there, right? I don't feel like waking up and going to work. I don't feel like making the phone calls. I don't feel like, going to visit the people that I'm supposed to go visit to try to make a sale. I don't feel like doing it. And if you're an entrepreneur and you're living life by your feelings, that'll be one of your biggest downfalls ever. Because when you're an entrepreneur, nobody's paying you a paycheck. You're not working 9 to 5. You're not punching in. You're not punching out. You got to make sure that you are regularly taking action. And if you're living life by your feelings, it's never going to work. They always say 9 out of 10 businesses fail in within the first 5 years. But the honest truth is we got to look at all the reasons why. It's not always because there isn't a market out there. It isn't always because they were in the wrong location. It isn't always because they didn't have the capital that they needed to keep the business going. A lot of times it has to do with people's character. It has to do with the fact that they're living their life based on their feelings rather than living their life based on habits. And so one of the easiest ways to begin to change our life is when we actually begin to take life by the horns by living through habits. So every day, I talked to you guys just a few days ago about some of my morning rituals and my morning habits. Every day I wake up, I take time to listen to affirmations, positive affirmations. That gets my mind going. That gets me stirred up. I take the time to read a book for 5 minutes, maybe sometimes 10 minutes, and I just get another point of view. I digest information. I learn something. And then I get up and I come out here to the woods and I take, probably sometimes 20, 30 minutes. Sometimes I'm out here for an hour. It's crazy. But I'll take time to go through my own personal process, which is to, one, give gratitude to God. I believe that we ought to offer thanks to God above. It's my personal belief. And I take time to give gratitude. And then I take time to actually focus on feeling the feeling as if I already have the results that I desire in my life. Whatever it is that I'm going after, I take the time to feel the feeling as if I already have it. I have a lot of beliefs about that. It would take me a whole, several other videos for me to regurgitate the information that goes along with that. But I do believe that is the language of the universe. I think human emotion is the language. I think that Jesus was very clear that what things soever we desire when we pray, believe that we receive them and we shall have them. And a lot of that has to do with us believing that we already have the thing that we're asking for. And it's a vibration, it's an energy. Anyways, I won't go deep into that right now. Let's get back on track here with our habits. And so I have this morning routine, and the morning routine gets me cycled up. As soon as I'm done out here in the woods, I go in and I start my workout, and I get my workout going. And the thing is that what happens for me every day is I get into this pattern and into this cycle where I feel good and I feel ready, and then I go into my business world and I start to conquer. I start to take action. So let's just say that somebody is right now, every morning they wake up and they're like, oh, my life sucks. And they have a habit every single morning where the first thing they do is think about all the pressure that's coming at them. They think about the bills that are due. They think about, how difficult the day is going to be. They think about the challenges that are awaiting them as they wake up. Do you think you feel like getting out of bed when the world's coming at you? Heck no, of course not. That's the last thing you want, is to be able to get up and go face problems and challenges. But the thing is that what you're thinking about is making you feel like crap. And that's what we have to understand. Now, if you're waking up every morning and you're thinking negative thoughts, that is a habit. That's a pattern. And we got to break that pattern. We got to change that, because if you're thinking negative things, if you're thinking pressure, if you're thinking, again, bills that are due and what I have to do and nothing's going to work out for me, if that's the way you're thinking every day, no wonder you feel like crap. Okay? And I know life is about feelings. It's important to feel good. But if you're in a place right now where you don't feel good every day when you wake up, we got to change that. We got to interrupt that pattern. We got to break it. And the way that we break it is by implementing a brand new habit. So let's implement a brand new habit. Every morning when you wake up, instead of thinking about how stressful the day is going to be and all the crazy things that you're going to have to face that day, why don't we start out by first investing in yourself? Why don't we start out by reminding yourself how powerful you really are? Why don't we start out by reminding your own mind who you are? You're a powerful being. There's nothing that you can't do. There's no situation you can't overcome. There's nothing that's going to stand in your way that you can't knock down and run right past. There's nothing you can't do. You're powerful. And so what needs to happen is we got to get into that mindset. So I'd encourage you, go on YouTube. I'll probably put a few links or something over here where you can. I'm actually trying to avoid the sun getting in the camera if you can't really tell while I'm walking. But what you could do is listen to some affirmations. Okay, listen to some affirmations that are gonna talk to you about how powerful you are, who you really are as a person. That's what we need to do. We need to nail that down. So let's get that done. And then let's start to think about those things and bring them out into an area where you could take the time to feel the feeling as if things are going well for you. Okay? We focus enough time and spend so much time thinking about all the bad things that can happen to us. And we take the time to feel the feelings of all the bad and the negative things that can happen to us. That's crazy. It's crazy. We sit there every day and think about all the crazy negative crap that could kick us in our ass and knock us down, and freaking we're rolling down the hill, right? First thing when we wake up in the morning. Why would we ever do that? We should encourage ourselves. We should lift ourselves up. We need to change our thoughts, and we need to begin to change it by changing a habit, a morning habit, where the first thing in the morning is you begin to empower yourself. Remind yourself who you are. Remind yourself of the possibilities that you have. Remind yourself that there's nothing standing in your way that you can't knock down, that you can't move past. There's no mountain in front of you that you can't climb and conquer. You're gonna do it. You're gonna knock it out. So we got to change that habit. Let's not start out the day thinking about all the negatives. Let's start out the day thinking about the positives. So that habit right there, changing that one habit of letting yourself hear the things of value, the power that you have in your life, what you've been given. Be grateful for that, and then begin to go through a process and take the time to feel the feeling as if things are going well. As if those things that you see that are in your life, they're working out. Why not see the picture as it working out? Why only look at the picture of it not working out? You know, what if it's the 20th of the month and by the 31st, you got to have that bill paid? You know, most people will sit around and fret and worry about not having the bill paid. Why don't we take the time to feel the feeling that that bill gets paid? It's done. That bill has already been paid. It's done. And you're shouting and going, woo, man, that bill got paid. I'm so happy about that. That's exciting. You know why? Because if you stir yourself up in that kind of energy, guess what's going to happen? You're going to start taking different actions. And if you take different actions, you're going to get to that result. That's exactly the way that it works, guys. Anyways, I know that I've been going long. It's already 10 minutes on this video. We could keep on going a lot longer, but I'm going to leave you with that today. We don't need to live our lives by our feelings. We need to live our lives by our habits. And if you want to change the way that you feel in life, start by changing a habit that will change the way you feel. And your life will feel a whole lot different. Bless you guys.